Hey everybody, tonight we're going to be going over 20 pieces that are available for under $50. So that's a lot to talk about, and I want to try to keep things short. If I talk about these for each 2 minutes, that would be like 40 minutes. So I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. But down in the comments and in the description, you'll see a list that I put together for you there with timestamps, and it tells you what each one of these are and how much I paid for it at the time, not the price that it is now. More on that in a minute. And also the material and a link to a review. I did a review on each one of these, so if you're more curious about it, you should watch the full review before you buy it. And then lastly is I provided a link to the same place that I bought it from. Now these are all AliExpress stores, so you know the usual routine buyer beware. A few of them are Marcia. You know, I take my chances. They're pieces that you can't find anywhere else. So let's take it from there. So as I was saying, the prices that I listed in the comments and in the description are the prices that I found them at the time from the store that it's linked to. Prices have changed a little bit. Some might have gone up, some might have gone down, so keep an eye on that. I'd also recommend that you look elsewhere if you don't like the price that you found there. You'll find the same pieces at other AliExpress stores, often at crazy different prices, sometimes really high, sometimes a lot less. Just be careful, and you know, if you're careful and look at the photos good, you're probably in pretty good shape. So if you can find a better price for it, go for it. Okay, so the plan is to start here, work my way over, and then over here. That's number 1, that's number 20. I'm not going to try to remember the names or even quote the names. What will happen though is a little text box will pop up in either the right or left corner saying what number it is and maybe what the name of it is. And then you can look in the description and find out the rest of the information, what the price is, what the material is. I'm just going to try to point out little things about each one and try to keep it brief. So I think we can take it from there. Okay, we're going to start with this one here. It is entirely die cast, but it was only $9. It comes in silver, blue, yellow, and red. A little bit of Teflon tape I applied to this side. They had it applied to this side. Works pretty good. Be a good choice for a kid who loses things. This one is a hybrid, so there's magnets and there's mechanical side. There's a magnet side and a mechanical side, and a weird lanyard hole in the middle that you can't really use because it's also a pivot slider. I mean, you could use it if you want to. You could also put some balls in this bottom track here, which prevents this top part from swiveling at all. Very interesting piece. It does stick a little bit. You should watch my review if you're interested in it. This one, I should say this is, well, I don't need to say who it's from. That'll take time on it. These two are from the same place. This one is just a 3-level mechanical, really well made. For titanium, it's not sticky at all. It has gotten a little bit sticky. If you squeeze these parts together, it's a little bit sticky, but over time it's been doing pretty good. Really, really like this one. Lanyard holes on the bottom. It's big enough for my lanyard clip things. Works really well. This one is the Cybertruck, so I've heard it called. One side it's also a hybrid, one side is mechanical. Flip it over, and the other side is magnetic. 1, 2, 3 clicks, and I'm not going to go through how many clicks these each are, but it only goes forward, and it comes with a lanyard with a very thin piece that goes through here, which it has to be thin because when this is closed up, there's not much room for anything else. This is interesting because it's a multi-track. In fact, it's called the multi-track, but the 2 outside lanes are exactly the same, so it's really only 3 tracks. You have the middle here is the least dense, then off to the right you have the most dense, and on the 2 outside edges you have somewhere in between those two, like a medium density. And you can place all 4 springs and balls in there if you want, or just 1 spring and ball, or a combination, whatever you want to do. This one, Gal Studios, if you buy this, when it comes, one side is weak and the other side is strong, and it makes for a very awkward experience when you're playing with it. So the very first thing I did was take it apart. There are 2 springs and balls on each side, and what I did was I took one soft spring and put it on the hard side, put one hard spring on the soft side. That evened everything out. So you can do that with what comes in the package. You can take it apart yourself and make that modification. That way it will operate more smoothly. That's my biggest tip for you on that. This one is also titanium. It's from the same company as these two. This one sticks a little bit because of its titanium. It goes forward pretty good. It works really well with a lanyard. It was only $20, I think. I forgot to mention prices on some of these, but I think you can get that down below if you're really interested. Now this one, important thing about this is it was originally available, I think, only at INS Works as part of the Ding Ding slider line, and I have this in most of the materials. Now they've come out with zirconium. I'm not going to buy that because it's too expensive, but I have it in POM, which is nylon, and then what else? G10, PEK, PEI, and stainless steel. I think that's it. I think there's another flavor out there as well. I don't remember what it was, but the price you'll see in the notes about this one. Let's see where we're at. We're on number 8. So 8 was 27 right now. I think that's what I paid for it at the time. But you can get this a lot cheaper if you look around. I'm talking $12, $15 or less. Same exact thing. And you may or may not find one with a lanyard hole. Okay, this one is called the Rebound, and that's why. These long magnets on the inside desperately want to get back into the position that they're in, so it works really well in doing that. There's a single ball and spring in the middle, so you have to be careful if you take these two halves apart. You'll lose them very easily, but it's very cheap. This is, I don't know what I paid for it originally. Let me look. $19. I think you can find these for almost 10 now. So very nice. And I saw a friend of mine on Facebook polished his down and reshaped it and made it shiny and smooth, and it looks like a totally different animal. So this one is the Mech Egg by the same company that made this, Yeju. It's entirely die cast. You can see some Teflon tape that came from the factory that way. It runs surprisingly smooth, and it's only good God, I didn't pay that for it, did I? I might have. $24 is what I paid for it, but I bought it as soon as it came out, and I think you can get these for close to $10 or $15 now, somewhere around 12. Okay, we gotten through the first 10. Let's just recap really quick, since I forgot to tell you what they were in the first place, and on some of these, the pricing. This one was originally, remember, these prices are what I paid for them originally. May have gone up or down. You may find a better price elsewhere. This was $9. This was $48. This was $46. This was $40. This was $30. This was $32. This was $20. This was $27. This was $19. And this was $24. Really shaking my head on these last two. Okay, we're going to move on to these next. One of the first PEI mechanical coins, generic versions to be out there, and one of the best, I think. This one has more clicks than that one. I can't tell you how many off the top of my head. Go check out my original review. You can either put 1 or 2 springs and balls in here. I only have 1 in. You can change by tuning it, by putting different balls in, different springs in. Very nice. This piece is Samsara, I believe it's called. Anyhow, a nice 3-level multi-click slider going both directions. It's a lot like this one, a little bit more compact, a little less noisy. Okay, this and this and this and this are all Gal Studio, and they released a lot of their stuff in polycarbonate, which are this and this and this, and they brought the prices really down low. So these are not copies of anything. These are original Gal products. And as far as I know, these have not been copied yet, so you're pretty safe when you find these things. They come in different colors. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they look like PEI, but they're not. They're polycarbonate. Not that that'll matter much to you, but it's less expensive. These parts are injection molded instead of machined like everything else. So, oh, by the way, this one here, you take the balls out, I have the magnets covered up with a piece of Teflon tape, and then it becomes a superb free-floating slider. Again, this one was only $8. Sorry, this one here was at the time $16, and this one, sorry, I wasn't even looking at my finger. This one was $32. This one was $9. This one was $42. I think it's a lot less now. It's a mechanical stainless steel. It's very heavy in my hand. I guess I was used to these first, or at least this one first. We are going in sort of a reverse chronological order here. This is the most recent one I bought, down to the least recent one I bought. But there's another one out there right now that's exactly like this, that just has a different design on the front. I'm convinced it's the same company, just trying to change things up a little bit. It's not bad, but not great. I'm used to other things, I guess. This is a Gal Studio Owl in polycarbonate, and you can take the eyes out and change them. They come with different white plastic, I think. I'm not sure what else. I have the original owl in stainless steel. It's much more interesting than this. This is very light, which makes it sort of difficult to use compared to the original. But if you never had the original, I suppose you wouldn't know any better, and you might be pretty happy with this. I paid $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. That one was $19 originally, but it's, again, a lot less if you look around, if it's not that price at the link I provided. Now we're on to this one. This is another mechanical coin in PEI. Has fewer clicks than this one does. Operates the same though, just a different shape. If you like the milk cap shape, this might be more better for you. More better. 3 springs and balls are an option. I only have 1 spring and 1 ball in there. Next is this thing. It's the Gal Studio Cashew Nut 3-level. It's kind of weak. I really never carry this one. This one was $16, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. $16. This was $16. This one, I think you can get this for a lot less, and I hate to say I paid $47 for it. I think you can get it for a lot less, even on Amazon, maybe. Get it a lot quicker than China. But this is pretty nice. It's like I said, a rougher version of this. Oops. Okay, here's another Gal Studio polycarbonate version. They have the metal version of this as well. I should also state, I should have said, there's a mechanical version of this. There's a metal version of the Owl. There is also now a metal version of the Rich, but it's ugly and expensive. It's like $60-some maybe for the same thing, but in metal. I'm not going to get that. Anyhow, hybrid, half mechanical, half magnetic, 2 buttons on the top, goofy thing on the back to cover up how it was manufactured. At least that's all that we can figure it's for. A tiny little lanyard hole, and not too bad for $22. Available in different colors and stuff now too, I think. And lastly is the best carbon fiber slider I have. I took those out. I'm actually doing another take because I made a mistake, and I forgot to put these back in. You see, you got your limiters and guidance at the same time. This is loud. Boy, oh boy. But nice. And it came with Teflon tape, but I don't like to use that. And then if you take that off, of course, you have a nice free-floating slider. Works pretty well. I'm out of practice with it, but not bad. And this was, like I said, $39. If I didn't say, a little expensive, but I think you can get it for less now if you look around. All right, let's take it from there. Well, I think that's about all I have to say. I hope this helps you guys find some deals. Like I said, the prices listed are the prices I paid at the time I got them. You can probably find better prices if you look around. And please do check out my individual reviews for each of these. They are all linked down in the comments. And if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments. So, as usual, thanks for watching. Bye.